I am a believer in knowing what you're doing when you apply for a job. And I think that if I were to seriously consider running on a national ticket, I would essentially have to start now before having served a day in the Senate. Now, there's some people who might be comfortable doing that, but I'm not one of those people.
Barack Obama.
I have to tell you, it's part of reporting this case, this election. The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech. I felt this thrill going up my leg. I mean, I don't have that.
I pledge allegiance to the funk, to the united funk of Funkadelic, to care for America's elderly. I pledge to be of service to Barack Obama.
When you have a man like Barack Obama,
especially when you have the media loving one candidate as much as they love Barack Obama.
But it's more than love. I mean, it's the kind of love that anybody who's been a ninth grade boy understands this species of love.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's the truth. And
it's
all
red
consuming.
in the face. I think about you when I go to bed, too embarrassed to stand up. It's sealed with a kiss, love. I mean, it's really, it's puppy love.
No, it really is. It is a personal. No, seriously, the media's love affair with Barack Obama is all consuming. It is a no. It really is. It is a ninth grade love affair where if you say anything about their love interest, they get very red-faced and angry and emotional.
Oh,
they can't really think logically about it. And it is
You're asking mean questions. As an anchor on another network actually said the other morning when interviewing Barack Obama, I'm not going to ask you any questions about Jeremiah Wright. This will be a Jeremiah Wright free zone. Can you imagine at the beginning of an interview saying to the person you're interviewing, I'm going to take the tough questions and move them off the table?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to take the oath, Senator?
I am.
I, Barack Hussein Obama,
I,
do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
That I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully.
That I will execute
faithfully the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States faithfully.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Again, I wish I could give their names because a lot of skeptics out there would understand how Democrats in Washington have been horrified by this president's handling of things for a year and a half now. But just look at the chart. The top Democrats in the United States Senate have all told me individually, this guy has no idea what he's doing. You pull people in. The top Democratic senators are saying, the people that you know damn well which powerful senators that run the United States Senate have been saying about Barack Obama for the past 2 years. So don't play this game like, oh, this is just such a shock and I'm going to be down the middle. Democratic senators will be the first to tell you that, and they have told you that. And Mike, just so I'm not exposed here, because Miki can't say it, because she's talked to these same Democratic senators. How many Democratic senators running the U.S. Senate over the past 2 years have told you?
I was just mentally going through a card check.
It's huge. Card check. Seriously, it's all the chairmen.
I was up to 7 as you were going back and forth. 7 different individual senators have said exactly that.
And by the way, it's not a leading question.
No.
I sometimes will be sitting at home, the phone will ring, and I'll pick it up, and it's a Democratic chairman saying, "Can you believe what he is doing today?"
Why don't we just ask Osama Obama what is since he won by such a big amount?
I am a believer in knowing what you're doing when you apply for a job. And I think that if I were to seriously consider running on a national ticket, I would essentially have to start now before having served a day in the Senate. Now, there's some people who might be comfortable doing that, but I'm not one of those people.
And joining us now from London, the Lawrence A. Tisch Professor of History at Harvard University, Neil Ferguson. Neil is also a senior research fellow at Oxford and Stanford Universities and now a columnist for Newsweek magazine.
President Obama is one of the least experienced men in terms of foreign policy ever to occupy the White House, and yet he has advisors around him who are, frankly, second if not third rate. And you just can't do that. It's far too risky, it's far too dangerous a world, and some of us said this when he ran for election, that it was a huge risk to put somebody with that kind of inexperience into a position like Commander-in-Chief of the United States. And I think what we're seeing unfold in Egypt reveals the truth of that statement.